Was I remember, I say, kein Mlachiyos, Zechronos and Shofros. Die Jana die Yoma zwischen Sessi mit Tשובה. So kein Magdum sein, die Rashi in Pashas Emoy. Pashas Chov Gimel, Pasuk Chov Daled. Tabel B'nai Yisrael, Lema. Chodesh HaShvi, Ve'echad LaChodesh, Yeh Lachem, Shabbosain, Zichron Trua, Mikra Kodesh. So Rashi, Zichron Trua, Zichron Psukei Zechronos, Upsukei Shofros, Lizka Lachem, Akedes Yitzchok, Shekorov, Tachtabayel. So Rashi, Zichron Trua, Dav the man in the Trua, Psukim, Zechronos and Shofros. Wie is Malchiyos? Rashi lot is the Malchiyos. Dat is de eerste probleem met de Rashi. Ook de Mizrachi, B'toyis Koyanim, Ma'isilo b'pei Beis Rosh Hashanah, Ramban Zal, Ton v'Homa, V'yitzorech harav lehevi gam psukim Malchiyos. Min ha-medrash, lo yitochen haske ha-koser psukim Zechronos v'Shofros, lo yizke Malchiyos. Teure Akdoshe demand Zechronos, Shofros, and wie the Malchiyos. Kvadosh oisem mi posik, v'hoy lechem li zikoron lefnei, elekechem, ani Hashem. Shein tamad loim ani Hashem elekechem, ma tamad loim ani Hashem elekechem, ze bon av shekol mokum shatoim mi Zechronos, at ha-soimech le es ha-Malchiyos, at kan devorov. Das ist der Werte, was der Mizrachi sentiert Ramban. Das ist heute Maschel von Rashi. Das Familie, Zechronos und Shofros ist der Eise. Steht das als macht das. Das ist das Koyanim. Zichron Trua, das ist Poshe Pshat. Zichron Trua, Rashi Pshuta Shamikra. Sagt der Ramban, Zichron Trua, V'hoy tzorech harav lehevi gam psukim Malchiyos, min ha-medrash, lo yitochen shizka ha-kosev, on them, shoyn. Sechte Rosh Hashanah, daf lamed beis, avo kol zeh asmachte mideveim, asmachte v'sar der Eise, aber der asmachte mideveim, Mufarish v'omru, Oken, la Gemara, das da stei Yodes, in ein Platz ist da Broches, in ein Platz there's a shofar. There's no the only Malchus Zechronos is shofar, but there's nobody knows how to blow the shofar. So the Gemara, Ochel l'mokum shetoikim, vein Ochel l'mokum shemavachim. Bei the Gemara Pshita, the Eise var the Rabbana. The Gemara Shetach as well is at the Broches, and he's learning the Ramban, the Broches make me Malchus Zechronos is shofar, no the Rabbana. Let's see, Afagav the Vadai v'Sofik. The Chaposhet, and for the Gemara, it's talking about there's a Sofik, not sure that you're going to be able to say the Brochus. After Pekan, you go to the Mokum, not sure you're going to be able to say the Brochus, you go to the place where maybe it's designed out in the Shofar. Aber Zichron Trua, Kama Yoim Trua, Yelachem, Shai. V'loi Pirish, HaKosev Tama Mitzvah Azois, Loma HaTrua. Zichron Trua, what's it with the Kiyah? Shai not Trua, nicht kein Kiyah. V'loma Nitzach Zichron Lifnei Hashem, Shai Zichron Trua, what's the Pshat in Zichron Trua? B'yoim hazeh yoysim mishar hayomin, v'loma Yitzav Eliyos Mikra Kodesh Klal, Abnei Shu b'chodesh hayoim HaKippurim b'Rosh Chodesh, that's the Chodesh v'Yom HaKippurim, shebo yiyeh din lefonav yizborach ki b'hem yodin amim, is b'Rosh Hashanah yeshiv l'kisei shofet tzedek, v'achi came b'asois hayom ha'yisrael pesha avodav, comes to l'asois yemei tshuva, nilmad b'kosev ha'iyyin kashenoi de b'yisrael p'yanaviyim v'ovas ha'kdoshim. Derech ha'emes teruah hu she'omda v'seini v'lonu. Ike is the teruah. Zichron teruah. She'nehema asher yom yoidei teruah. But you have to be able to understand how you bring it out, the true, how the true help in the Me'ah Rachamim. What's the true? Was tut der Truhe? Was ist der Truhe? Kein Zichron Truhe Mikra Kodesh, שיהיה הזכרן בתרועה, נקרא קודש, לא יזכה להזכיר שויפה, כי השויפה רמז בתרועה. תרועה פשט is, das the שויפה. והנה הוא יום דין ברחמים. So יום דין ברחמים, das ist ראש השונה, לא תרועס מלחמה, nicht kann תרועס מלחמה, but through the Chapashat, you do the shofar when it's there at the Machama. So they blow the shofar. Nei zeh hitzka akos batrua. Shekva kabla biyad Rabbi Seinu chol yisor royin ad Moshe Rabbeinu shekol teroda pshuta lefnei pshuta lacher. Kommt the Chatkiya Fadem and a trua after that. Lama yaski akos trua, v'lo yaski Chatkiya klal. Lo Rosh Hashanah lo Yom Kippurim. Aber התקיע הוא הזיכרון, הוא השויפר. והתרועה כשמו, ומבנה שהוא כלולה מן הרחמים תקול לפני האחר. That's the pshat. The pshat is the rachamim, side of the din, the side of the rachamim alone is the masber hazoi. V'asfana hayom adin, Rosh Hashanah is the hayom adin. It's a din berachamim, and Yom Kippur is a hayom harachamim bedin. Melech Yoshev akisei din, Rosh Hashanah Yom Din Berachmim, Yom Kippurim, Yom Rachmim Din. And thus the Tkiyah Lefnei, the Achero, and thus is Mamtik, the Dinim, is the Tkiyah, and this is the Rachmim, this is the Shofar. Aber ich Masbe do, weil ich nicht Masbe, wusste sich mit der Rashi. Rashi, Lotte ist der Malchis. Was Lotte ist der Rashi, der Malchis, is the Pshat is the Chayre, weil Ani Hashem Alikeichem, this is the Malchis. The Malchis is Hashem Alikeichem. So, Zichron Trua, Mikra Kodesh, the Mikra Kodesh is Ani Hashem Alikeichem. Ani Hashem Alikeichem, that's the Malchus was. The Malchus was is the Zechronis from the Rachamim, from the Klal Yisrael, durch the Shofar. That's the Chayre, that's the Pshat. The famous in the Rif. The Rif brings a famous Shala. Shala Mekame Reish Mesifta. They brought a Shala in front of the Reish Mesifta. What's going to Shala? Shala was if you can speak between the Tkiyah the Mu'mid and the Tkiyah the Miyushav. Tkiyah the Mu'mid. Pashas Yilam Shat is Tkiyas the Mu'mid is by the Shemoneh, the Malchus Chayin Shreifes, and the Tkiyas the Miyushav is before the Shemoneh. So the Shaila Gewesen, they asked the Goyim, what happens if you speak? Can you speak in between these two Tkiyas? You can't speak between one and the next. What happens if that's yours? What's the difference? What's the din? So the answer was, Hochin Kachosir Rabbanim, Shegarim Bezeh Shusoch Scream at him. As I pass in the Rambam, as I pass in Shulchan, so Garan boy. Aber Lazar bevorach eine Chayze. Go back, that's nicht. So I said, what are you screaming at him for? What's up the Schleim? What's the Schleim? What's the Schleim? So the Damya sagt the Tefillin, the Omer of Chizde, Soch bein Tefillin, the Tefillin, Chayze mevorach. The andere stehen mitzvahs ninu, Tefillin and Tefillin Shayad and Tefillin Shayad, each one is a separate mitzvah. In the Minyan mitzvah, the Rambam is two mitzvahs. This time, Tefillin Shayad, Eine Ma'kever Shorosh, Shorosh Eine Ma'kever Shayad, independent two mitzvahs. Lo yoid elo lo yohada mevarach hu bracha kamaisa, elo bracha chita kamavarach. Mitzvahs and Laniya, 200 mitzvahs. Mekshinon, Veiti Gemara, Soch and Loi Soch Loi. So what's what's why can't you speak? And for the Gemara, why you can't speak when tefillin shel tefillin? You have to make the laniach tefillin on the shorosh also, because you have to make the laniach on the shorosh also. So maybe the soch is mevorach shtayim. After you can't kosher l'asiyah, it's not a sabbath tefillah averu b'yodoi. Why? Because the bracha shein tzricha, he's going to my bracha shein tzricha. The chayzin aleh mocha machama. He has an avei b'yodoi. His chayz mocha miyodoi. Because genki high. Oh, so that's by tefillin. What's the yes by tkiyas? So so by tkiyas lim yushav tkiyas shim yushav. She'ein chayzin mevorach. Why ain't you chayzin mevorach? But what's this? Shemitzvah achasi. It's one mitzvah. The mu'mid and the yushav. Say rei she'ei. A halal shemavochanol and kroy kriyosaf became ben peg the peg posik lo yutul azerva. So zuk to do the rift that what the tkiyas, it's one mitzvah, and because it's one mitzvah is the far if he saw is ein chayzim mavarach. So with that, but he's not masbe here. Daf mashtem. What's the ganber? If it's one mitzvah, so lazayna to be a moitzi, machta moitzi. You eat the suda. And if you talk in the middle of the Suda, no then that you have to go out and make another bracha again. You made the bracha, there's something on the Suda. Huh?
Talking about until it's dying?
Talking about by Tkiyah. By Tkiyah, Shayda by Tkiyahs, you don't speak in between the Tkiyahs, right? Till after the Tkiyahs. Why not? It's one mitzvah. If it's two mitzvahs, you have to make another bracha, so you go in a bracha shein tzricha. But if it's only one mitzvah, so you don't have to make another bracha. So Ebba says, so what are you screaming him for? Why are you so busy with their bracha? What's the difference than any other bracha you make? And you yoytze the fin the moshe bichs and hand. You make one bracha, you yoytze the ganze suda. You don't have to make another. The bracha is going on the whole suda. So here also the bracha, the aleph tkiyas gets for the bracha. What's the Indian? What's the Indian from Garenberg? So we spoke on Yonta, we spoke about the Baal Moed. So there's two Baal Moeds here. So we didn't have time to speak about the Machamas and the Zeraibit on this Baal Moed. What does the Baal Moed say? Baal Moed says, big Chiddush, and everybody's busy with this Baal Moed. I mean, I'll show you. Ma'ashu na'agu l'tkoya kol atkiyas kishen yoshim, u'mevochen aleim brochas hatkiyah,
Recording in progress.
Nidali, ki lo yehoye kain b'meira b'sein chachmei hatalmud. Wasn't in Bisman HaGemara. El minig hu shenihigu doiros achronim mishum chulin u'mishum anusim. Two reasons. One, because they were Moranos, and the Morano Jews weren't able to do the mitzvahs b'fasiyat. So they did everything as they bit sinners. So they made as they the tkiyas the miyusha, and then they went home. Mekadmi v'nafkim v'beis hakneses v'lo yigom miyad salusa the misofi v'lo yimatzli lo v'yochid b'rosh Hashanah b'tzah shoy kamaisa kedisa pei kamad avodah zara v'afilu b'tzibah. Alma was night. They davened late, and it was after the 3 hours. So made them fusha karobet. They said too many mizbainim, so the masakin.
In progress.
So the masakin they made another set of brachas for these anusim. Fikach ekdim b'shvilon ilu atakiyas shemiyoshvim. They're sitting down. There's no shemoneh. When the eagle of varach aleim bichas atkiyah madbeya kotzer. Which bracha did they make? Madbeya kotzer. Kol shayfer. The shmoya kol shayfer. Some could have Mahadik Asina B'Psochim. How do you know you can make such a bracha? We never Nazami bracha. Can't say a bracha which is not in the Gemara. So it's not in the Gemara. The Gemara says in Psochim, Dav Zayin and Beis, Ami Beirav, Chutz, Ben Tefillah V'Shoifer. That you make a bracha Getzorah by Tefillah and Shoifer, it's not Ovil Asiyosan. Why? The Gemara has a Havmin by Shoifer, it's not Ovil Asiyosan, because maybe it's going to make a toys and Kal Gezayin in the Tkiyah. Akaponim Zeh B'Doch Alma, Yesh l'shoifer brocha madbeya kotze kishem sheyesh l'tefila. Some madbeya kotze is like al tefila, and here also is al l'shmoya kol shoifer. So he says that's right. So maybe I'm angefeared because these people, either whatever reason they couldn't be there with the whole shemoneh. They couldn't have gedult, they had ADD, or they were anusim, they were afraid of the goyim, whatever it was. Al Kaponim they made a special tkiyah for them. El minig achronim. Av ikar habrocha is hein habrocha shel tefillah. Vein malchis chayin se shoifers. V'aleim sheninu mi shebirach v'acher kach this man lo shayfer, who the Yisrael lo matoyke Maria Kashem Yoshin, toyke Maria Kashem Oimdim, Inyan acher hu kamoisha onu asidin levaya b'soiv dvorim, av be'emes ein lonu brichas atkiya midivra b'seinu, al bracha shel tefillah bevad. So Mikah Dedina, the bracha is not the bracha from the Shema Kol Shayfer. The Ikah is the bracha from the Tefillah. What's meant to the Mikah Tefillah? Machit Chayin Shayfer. That's the bracha on the Shayfer. Ma'asha Ain't for people who couldn't be there for Musaf, so they made a separate bracha for them. So that's the pshat. So what happened before this takana? What's when the takana was never a bracha of the Shema Kol Shayfer. The bracha was Machit Chayin Shayfer. This is when the bracha. This is when the bracha was gemacht of the shofar. But then, because now they had people who couldn't be there by the busav, by machit chayin shofar, so they made a separate bracha for them, which is this bracha. I asked once upon I said, "We given Father Takana what bracha there was." So he told me the bracha was the Shema Kol Shofar. Why? Because you see in America, this is what the Baal Moed says that the bracha on the shofar was machit chayin shofar, and there was never a bracha the Shema Kol Shofar. That's a great machlokes in the line. So, here a Loshen. I just want to quote the Loshen from the Rebbe. The Rebbe is very sharp always, right? But listen how sharp he is about this topic. Listen to these words. This is Avram. This is Rebbe. This is Rebbe from the Rambam. I'll show you in a minute. Avram. Yesh kan hofer b'nei mayim. Lahu. Ein zeh derech over ruach emes meis kol agoyim amudei olim meis kama gedolim chachamim v'yeshishim asher nogu b'minig hazel ledaber ita v'inei some Hashem ruach sheker b'fiv. He was in the same time, but I looked it up. I was very curious to see when I take a look. The Rebbe lived for 13 years. He, in other words, in the same tkufa as the Baal Moed. It was just 13 years where they overlapped. So I ever said that the Shprab Zois Edis Al Kol Shukorov Chazoisav Asher Osav Ruach B'Chofnov Linov Ishkorim Lahatos Apisiyim Vasichlim Badi Acherim Asher Nesata Behem Sefer Amiris Shechova Baruch Hashem Asher Chiyeni B'Heyes Ruchi V'Zrani Legale Shukorov V'Hachze Ator Liyoshna U'Lashiv B'Mekoyma Leozav Toides Emes Asher Nosan Loni B'Dei Ksilim Lahatos Behem Kisoyis Shike B'Kiv Ate Eshu L'Daber Al HaSheker Asher Kosav B'Kan V'Af Pishu U'Dover Mefusam L'Cholish Asher B'Ruach Chaim Ke'ech Yotze Mitzvah Zu Michal Shah Mitzvah She'en Lo Broche Matbeya Kotze B'Ken De Baal Moed Zog that make it a din. There was no broche on the shofar except for Machit Chayin Shofars. What's the mitzvah for shofar? All the other mitzvahs. What's this? This doesn't have a broche on the mitzvah. Ube'eze broche tifte. Which broche should pater? Chi Malchit Chayin the shofar is broches and the mitzvah shofar. We looked in them mitzvah for shofar. Goy eichem oive litkiyas. ולא יש מהם לפונים ולאוכל שהתקיע באמצע, כמו ששני, מאחד זכוי זה, הגנצה, ובזקנוסי נשתן המיניג השוני, הוא מיובי יוצא ששון המיניג באילה, so then he points to the Baal Moed. This is what it means, I think. He says at the end, the Baal Moed looked at himself.
Mo was a young book.
Yeah, when he wrote this?
That's what he said.
But the Shach himself, the Baal Moed Alein, Alta Tama Masha Manu, Shinistanu Haminhogis Bidoris Afrenis, Bidoris Erishonis, Kani Zocha Kirisi Biyadusi. Vice says when he wrote this, he wasn't Biyadusi. He said, I remember Biyadusi, Kol Atzib Mispala Bibisof Misheva, Vishli Atzib Levadoi, Hoy Mispala Tesha. So there's different tefillah for the tefillah of the tefillah b'tzibah, two more brachas. V'hoyu toilim minhogim b'minhogi yeshivas, hagoynim, ki kein motz kost mefusem, kein timtze bilchoise of Yisrael ben Geis. I mean, he was from the early Rishonim. He lived in the mamish the time of Rashi to go on. So what's he gewesen? So he says that the tkiyas the meyushuv were during the Shemoneh Esrei, and the tkiyas the mu'umad was after the Shemoneh Esrei. After the Shemoneh Esrei, that's the tkiyas that they make the Arabis a Satan, no metoikin shein yoshim, and no metoikin shein moindim. He says the kolam during the Shemoneh Esrei existed. The Baal Tekei, he was the one that was blowing, and Masha Enken, no the Shemoneh Esrei. Then he says they made again the tkiyas, and that's Arabis a Satan. Why? Because those tkiyas you didn't have to make. All the essence tkiyas, you think it's a frumkeit, yeah? Well, Stuhutus, I in there, mention of Nev, well, Stibben, Nachamol. So this is the Ikit tkiyas, but brought the Arabis a Satan, because the Satan sees the Chavivis of the Mitzvah, the Klaisa, the Makbid of the tkiyas, and this is the man of the Satan. That's what the Balmoy says himself. But and look to the Raibah, that makes more sense. But he says that there shouldn't be a bracha on the tkiyas, like normal brachas, like you make a bracha getzara, that we make in a bracha getzara, that wasn't mikid the tekana. That was only made because it was an anusim. And people who had trouble sitting with the whole musaf, that's what they made it. The Raibah is screaming, and that can't be. So that is the Raibah. The Machamas, the Ramban, he writes as a Hai Buchre, Ad kan la yitche el sheina la acha asir la chashina. So he says, Onu royim shefilu b'tzibur shetok al seder. It's not just a shver zach that you make a brocha. Like Chaim told me, you make a brocha getzara mit nishonasa. Where do you get it from? They say mamish and Ramban. I is the mefrega kasha. How can you make a brocha mit nishonasa? You can make a brocha l'tkoi shoifer on the middle of the shonasa. Zukte kideh shoyis mesiyus kapayim. Chen onu royim oich zeh minig avasedi chachmei Talmud oy toikim merim b'shem yoshvim koydem tfilas hamasofim b'vadem mevochen oy aleim mabei hakotzet v'achka choyzim v'toikim merim b'shem moimdim b'tfilah al seida brochas lo yishalo yotze b'tkiyas, not because they want yotze in the kiyas before the Shemoneh Esrei, elo shabrochas mikron b'tkiyas tiknu oisam. They were massacring the bracha by the tkiyas. Because the ma'aseh lo b'gemor, because the Rabbi Doma lefona malchiyas choyins shoifers ubema sagt the Gemara lamadal b'shoifer. Hainu mem with Rabbi Yitzchak lo metoikim amrim b'shem yoshin metoikim amrim b'shem moimdim milsik b'shutei. Perusha k'mashmoy chayin hini chacham l'mitzvah k'dei la'avas hasoten. That gufa nicht the pshat is the stam la'avas hasoten. It's azar. Azar. It's just then the dinner you make the kiyas because you want to show the chavivis mitzvah today. Ma'av zayin hasoten. This was the the dinner. So Akaponim, we have a big machlokes here. Is what the bracha was. Number one, the Balmoy holds the bracha was mikra din. The bracha was malchus zayin shofis. And only because Anusim they made a bracha ketzara, the kiyas. Ma'ashenkein, the Ravid, the Ramban, they tie in Nishtazai. They tie in the Iki bracha was the Malchus Choyins and Shoifers. That's the Iki Dekona of the bracha, and that's a bracha on the Shoifer. What's the pshat? This is a bracha the Shoifer. We read Malchus Choyins and Shoifers. How does it become a bracha on the Shoifer? That's like it. The pshat is. The Am says like this in Pegi Beis Loch. Hey, Misha Tokum and Skaven Loitzi Kol Hashemeya Tigosah B'Shoma Hashemeya and Skaven Loitzi Dechabosai. Ava Pi Shen Atikei Meskaven Lezeh Ploni Shishoma Tigosah and Idei Yotze Shen Skaven Lechol Mi Shishman. The Am says that you have to make the bracha. You have to have kavanah to be moitzi the Shemeya. The Fikra Misha Oye Mahala B'Derech Oyoishu B'Sei Beisa B'Shoma Atikiyas Mishli Yotze B'Yotze Im Neskaven Lotzes. You have to have the moitzim, and he has to be kavanah to be yoitze. Shli yotzibim miskaven loitze seram dechavos. Is bishloim if you say that the mitzvah is as a midrash, the mitzvah with tkiyah shayfa. So I have to be moitzi with the tkiyah shayfa. But if you say the mitzvah is the shmoya, we can moitzi zayena mit the shmir. Kein Moitze an Jem mit der Schmier. Mitzvah ist der Herr, der sagt, Shmei Koine. Shmei Koine, the Pshat is, the Yerushalmei, is Koine. That's how you Yoitze Tfilis. Excuse me, with the Shmier, is Shmei Koine. But to say that with the Shmier, you have a Shmier, what's the Pshat? We can design. Pasha says the Pshat is, I make a bracha on the Shmier, and I blow the shofar, and who has the shofar? You're Yoitze. But the Zalba Mitzvah is Yichab Hasti, the Zalba Mitzvah. I'm not moitzi you with the Mitzvah, you have the same Mitzvah. The Zalba Mitzvah. No then. So the Shu was mazal like this. He says, I don't know if he said it on this kasha, but this one, this is Gedenk Chloid that he said, he had certain phrases that coined that they remained in Kuf. He said the Shmiya doesn't have a Shmiya for Natkir. What does he mean? Because you have a Shmiya for Nakuf. If you have a Shmiya for somebody who's not a Bar Mitzvah, ain't a Bar Chayuba, you're not Yoitze. It has to be a Shmiya from a Bar Chayuba. So it's not Stam a Shmiya. So da zayn a Shmiya for Natkir. So bald da zayn a Shmiya for Natkir. So Mela does can zayn that you have to be moitzim with that Tkir. That Tkir. It's not a Tkir from a Bar Chayuba, you're not Yoitze. Even though the Ikke Mitzvah is the Shmiya, the Zalba Zach is the mitzvah is hand for Tkir. So that may shach to be moitzim. You have to have kavana of the yenet tzad from Tkir. No, but then the Kesef Mishnah. I'm not talking about the Maggid Mishnah. Both of them, side the Kesef Mishnah, side the Maggid Mishnah, bring a moedik kasha from Rambam. They bring a kasha. Akadam said you have to have mitzvah sichus kavana. So no, I did by matzah. The kofa acham matzah yotze. They're passing the Rambam. So if the Rambam passes kofa yotze, so what do you have to have kavana for? Omer zeh l'shamei. Oy b'achari basic knesset. Shoy b'bais some of the basic knesset. Shoma kol shayfa kol ha'avore. Megillah kilim yotze yotze l'avei yotze. Chikivin liber mai have hechlei mechav madati today. Shlich tzibur skinon sagt oh. Was ich kein einer von der Tkir? Von der Matzah. Oh. 1 second. The Keshe Yotze. Ani Tombe b'divrei Rabbeinu. Have a frag. Shu poisik peg shlish milchus chametz a matzah. Shemoch a matzah b'loi kavana k'gon shensu goyim sheyotze dei chavosai. V'zeh nir b'gemara shu kadas mi shoyim mitzvahs ein sichas kavana. And they steht in the Gemara. Shkach sheninu sham shochalei l'rov v'dishmu kofa v'chamatzah yotze. K'gon shekafu b'sayim. V'omer Rabbi zoysemez gei l'shir l'yotze Rabbi mitzvah ein sichas kavana. Im kein eich posik kein Rabbeinu shemitzvah sichas kavana. Here it says you need kavana. Do sheb b'nafesh kein kavana. Vitzach kein kavana shemei. Lot says kavana is mashmir l'hoitzi. Lo mitzosi b'zeh tilis nois l'daiti. I think like the Maggid Mishnah. I didn't find a good text. The nusus for them, if the nusus is correct. Hapach v'shket teretz. Rak shenema sherebeinu soive. The other kofa v'chamatah ain't tluya b'din ha'shoife. Ulai shehu soive shekivin shein odom oise maise b'tkiyah shoife. There's a gazai. Of course, in tkiyah shoife, there's no maise b'tkiyah shoife. Ela ha'shmiyah. It's only the shmoya. V'afil ha'tekeya ikrei ha'shmiyah. Even though you have to have a tekeya, but the ikr is the shmiyah. The fikach tzarech kavana. That's why you have to have a kavana. Favos. Was do shmiyah. And the shmiyah, I can't be yoyzi with the shmiyah. Mamish will be better. Look, mamish will be better. Either the tekiya, look, that's not enough. The ikr is those. The mela, that's why you have to have kavana. He means to say that the half-am kavana, for what half-am kavana? Why do I need a kavana? But if you don't hear, you don't have a kavana for the mitzvah, Bishloim, if you're doing a maisa and a two-star maisa and also you can kavana, is like what you're saying. In other words, the maisa is the maisa. Somebody else to get on the mitzvah. Mitzvah is ain't serious kavana. If you have no shmiyah, you don't have a shmiyah, and you don't have kavana, also you get. That's what he's saying. If you have a maisa, get on the maisa. He's sleeping. And Bishloim mentioned a lot of times to do things they don't know what they're doing. They're not putting on tefillin and taking off the tefillin. Right? Be out. But the tut is ach. They made it don't get on the tefillin, right? If you say the mitzvah, I don't mean the tefillin because that's not the mitzvah's onset on the zach. But you do a ma'aseh, you don't know what you're doing, you know which way you're going, but you're going. It's on the ma'aseh. Ma'aseh shmiyah. He says if you don't have a kavanah for the shmiyah, that's what you get. If I talk to you, you're not listening to me. You didn't hear what I said. It's the shmiyah.